Let's go ahead and find out what's going on for you from now until the end of May. Six of Swords reverse, stuck on the past and not moving on. Also possibly like a bad move. King of Swords reversed. Ooh. So, somebody you can't win with. Being overly analytical, possibly thinking about some thoughts, some hurtful words from the past, like way too much. Could be possibly some kind of violence as well. Okay, Six of Wands. Normally this is a victory card, but it's also a card of deception, because this guy is going to crown his victory with a laurel, and when he goes, he gets imprisoned by people he knows. Okay, so we'll just see how that works, because we have defeat and then victory right next to each other. So let's pull one more card. Strength reversed. Yeah. On the bottom, we have Eight of Pentacles. This can mean moving on in a positive manner. Also working really hard. It can be like a commitment or an engagement. And a lover who will stay by your side. That could be what you're seeking. That can be what you have. That can be something that comes up. So with all this negative energy, the Six of Wands upright means you fell into somebody's deception. You fell into the trap. You got imprisoned. Because here, that would be you escaped it. We only have one major arcana, okay? So you may be dealing with a Leo, and it's got you depressed. Like you have no courage, no self-confidence. Like somebody dominated you. Could be somebody in the work environment. Because I see working really hard and getting promoted. Because we have Eight of Pentacles and Six of Wands. And that's usually something that's indicated there. And then that is an engagement card. But I'm seeing a lot of like control and possibly violence. Because King of Swords, especially when he's reversed, he commits a crime against you. And I'm seeing whoever this leader is, could be an air sign, possibly Libra. Sometimes I see it as a Scorpio. This leader, somebody who's in charge, whether it's in your relationship or at work, they are a terrible leader, okay? Because normally Six of Wands means a strong leader, especially next to strength. But both of these are in reverse. So I think like there's like, it's like somebody setting a trap for you and you fall in it. Also, perhaps you have a really bad boss who's been with the company for a while and they're about to get promoted. And that can make you happy. But you may have to work more. You may have a boss who's controlling your work environment and they're making you work really hard. But you're still getting something out of it because Eight of Pentacles isn't reversed. But since this is a positive movement forward, like moving on, perhaps you do have a boss that moves on. Or you might move on and get a new job. Okay, so here, this is a harsh judgment, possibly something from the past. Remember, you're You're suffering. You're really thinking about some harsh words or opinions. Okay. And with the Eight of Pentacles and Strength, it talks about getting over some kind of a judgment, like a bad judgment, like you overcome it. And this can be you overcoming it. Like overcoming trials is usually what this means. But the Strength is still in reverse, so it's almost as if you overcome it, but you're still kind of left over with residual things. Like something may still be out of control. And it could have to do with jealousy. Yeah, somebody's jealous that you're recognized. You might be promoted, and a boss or coworker perhaps isn't liking it. They think it's a bad move. Okay, let's pull some clarifiers. Why is the Six of Swords reversed here? Why is the Six of Swords reversed? Five of Pentacles. Okay. So feeling stuck, not able to move on, being left out in the cold, and yet staying. Going from something that's harsh into something, or going from something that's calm into something harsh. Like, this could be the first thing that happens, like really, really good, and then something happens. And like I see job loss with Five of Pentacles, especially when it's upright. And then with Strength, I see like the hardship is going to make you stronger. And so you're also possibly going to be helping people. You're not going to feel like you're stronger, but it's going to make you stronger. And this is an employment contract, so I know it has something to do with work. And I think you lose a job. It's like a harsh judgment, but you overcome it. Like you may even get your job back because Six of Swords means you're not moving on. But it could also just be, okay. Ugh. Yeah, that King of Swords may be you because it is an air sign. I don't know which way any of these fell, so I'll just flip them over the way I see. I don't know what order they came in. Ooh, jeez, Louise, you guys, this is terrible. Okay. So, Three of Swords, heartbreak. Just some kind of separation, stormy emotions. Two of Wands reversed. Having feel like you have no direction. You don't know what's best. Being indecisive, being on hold, and doubting yourself. I also see being misunderstood. And you're allowing something to dominate your thinking. Definitely. Like it's like you can't let go of it. And I see a lack of achievement in business. And yet here it is right underneath achievement in business. So maybe even though you do, you still don't feel that way. Because I do see it's going to make you stronger, but you just don't feel like it. This is also an important contract, an important letter, some kind of transaction that's not happening, or it's delayed. And so you could be very nervous. You don't have very much courage about it. I also see that like the foundation at this particular job isn't very good, and somebody's not really willing to make anything better. Then we have the Hangman Reverse, so again, indecision. But it's like super indecision because he's reversed. Some kind of thought is hanging you up. Remember, you're not able to let go of something. I also see having low income. Possibly a student, but I'm not seeing that too much because this can be going back to school. Like you may have to go back to school after losing a job, and you're not wanting to do that. I also see again, somebody has bad judgment. And you need to get rid of some kind of belief that's holding you up. Possibly need to release some kind of judgment, release false security, need to release people. Like this is the need to release people. Missed opportunity. But also just like blocked knowledge, blocked insight. And then we have Nine of Wands. So, you've been hurt sometime before, and you've put all your defenses up. And so that's telling me that, you have this blocked knowledge, and here you have all your blocks up. I'm not saying actual blocks, but this is your blocking mechanism that you have. The Hangman and Strength. Those are our only major arcana thus far, but you'll have another one. Yeah, I think you're just defending yourself. You're going to be on a learning curve here. And it's going to be very steep, but it's going to be rewarding. Okay. And you might be overskilled for your job. Or because, Two of Wands is reversed, and then we have an Apprentice card. You may not be skilled enough for your job. You're either overskilled or under. It could be either one. I would hate to put a definite on that because I think anybody can learn something. But with the Three of Swords, I think you're avoiding some kind of fact. You're avoiding going to school. You're avoiding going to some kind of training, some kind of class to get some skills. Maybe you don't want to because you already think you have too many skills for this job. You just put it up like, no. But with the Nine of Wands, this is never giving up. Like the Strength would be the opposite, but I think you're never going to give up. You're actually ready to fight. And this is having courage. This is saying, hang in there, be resilient. You have the intellectual high ground. So be patient. You're close to your goal. And you have unlimited potential. But yeah, you're in the middle of a rapid learning curve, and you're just going to have to use your willpower to get out or get through it. Now we have the Magician reversed. Uh-oh. This is a terrible manipulator. I don't know if this is you doing it or somebody else is doing it to you. Now, with the Magician in reverse and Six of Swords in the reverse, this says a bad move. Yeah. And since the Six of Swords and Six of Wands are together, I think you make a bad move by going to a job and you get some criticism that you can't take and you just keep thinking about it. And you possibly lose your job, but you're like, I don't want to go back to school. Somebody's saying you need to go back to school to do well at your job. And then with Magician reversed, Strength reversed, it says you're not able to get the job done. Like you don't have the skills to get it done. Also, there's a need to control some baser emotions, like anger and lust, those types of things. And that almost like you're not able to nip this problem in the bud. Like you can't stop thinking about it. And criticism, yeah, it looks like it's not very well taken here. Also, it says you're either bad at your job or you're at the wrong job. There might also be you're not taken very seriously. You work very hard, though. Somebody might be taking advantage of how hard you work. And it's kind of left you depressed, like no willpower. You're doubting yourself because somebody thinks you can't do something. And it may actually be true, okay? Like you're working hard, but when it's in this way, you're seeing results. So if it were reversed, I would say working hard and you're not getting anywhere. You're not being productive. And you are. But this talks about you need to integrate whatever trauma this is and move on positively. Like integrate it and then move on from it. Don't keep hanging on to it. Queen of Swords reversed. So this is somebody very bitter. She has lost her job and she is fucking bitter. And all these sword cards are you, okay? And I think you're really angry. Yeah, this is talking about controlling your anger and bitterness, I think. This is somebody who, we don't have the Three of Cups, so that's good. But this is somebody who wants to, like, really hurt you. Like, not physically, but they just want you to suffer. They want to do everything they can so that you don't have a good outcome. There was some kind of avoiding facts. Somebody might have had a harsh judgment against you, and maybe you weren't avoiding the facts, but they were. They weren't seeing the facts. They were like, I'm not even gonna. I said I fired you because you're not skilled, but really the facts are you are skilled and you could do your job right. I could see that. It could be either one, depending on who you are. And I'm seeing with the Two of Wands and Strength reversed that there was a false friend and you didn't really know to defend against them. And so now you're bitter. You're with Nine of Wands and Two of Wands and Strength. You're going to need to get your spiritual strength up to get over this. It says the courage is going to give you a solid future, but you need to plan ahead because there's lack of foresight. You need to plan ahead. More for like your dark side, okay? Like that, like this kind of stuff that comes out, mostly this. Like these are your wildness, your uncontrollableness when it comes to your anger, emotions, whatever it might be. Remember, this is one bitter bitch and you don't want to mess with her. So this is saying with Two of Wands reverse, you need to plan for that if you want to be successful and not fall into a trap. So yeah, this is a frenemy card, and then we have frenemy. So there was somebody betrayed you, possibly at work. It could possibly be a third party. Somebody took your man, and they were supposed to be your friend, or even somebody you worked with. I mainly see this as a work, just because we have Eight of Pentacles. You really want commitment from a job or a person, but you just haven't gotten it yet. And this could be somebody got cut out in the cold. So it doesn't have to be a job loss. It could also be loss of a lover. So it would be Three of Swords. Okay. But yeah, again, this is a steep learning curve. You're having to learn something that's just kind of harsh. But in the end, it's going to be very rewarding. You're going to get something out of it. It just sucks that you had to learn it this way, you know. you're going to have to take all your inner resources to get over this with that Nine of Wands. And it does look like there's really a lack of strong communication. We have 3 communication cards that are in reverse. Well, one of them's upright, sorry. But you're very stressed, you're very anxious and impatient. This is somebody who's been cut out. This is somebody who's lost. This is job loss. Okay. It's funny, we start out with having a job and then we end up without a job. We also have no job. It's also like a divorced woman who's bitter about the divorce. She's been cut out, or she's cutting somebody out. And she's that bitter, I'm sure she's cutting someone out too. Or it's one of those things where you're like, if you're cutting me out, then I'm cutting you out. Nine of Wands, yeah, you're gonna need to put your guard up against a frenemy, and it's gonna take all your strength to get over it, to come out okay. It's like this is your protection. And again, I see over or underskilled. So you might be at the wrong job because you have too many skills, and other people just aren't seeing that. And there's, again, avoiding some kind of fact. Could be that, your friend is a backstabber. Not wanting to see that. But this is going to be a character building situation. Okay, you're going to grow as a person because of this other person. And just be patient, because you're always going to get what you want. You're going to get rid of all those doubts, all those fears to be successful. And I see that you do have a lot of pressure. You don't have any support, and you're almost at that breaking point. You're almost at the Ten of Wands. So if you got a new job, you feel defeated and like you can't do it. And this is saying just hang in there. Don't give up. All right. What's an action step Geminis can take to have a good outcome from now until the end of May? Ooh, okay. The High Priestess. I thought she might come up. It's usually about a secret or deception. So we have another queen in here, so it can be about an affair. So somebody probably did take your man, or at least slept with him. And if you hear cats meowing in the background, those are mine. They fight a lot. Sorry about that. So with the High Priestess, the Magician in reverse, I see some kind of manipulation. Somebody doesn't want you to find out something. Some kind of a trickster. I also see you're going to, with that Nine of Wands and the Magician, you're going to keep this, well, this man is what I'm seeing. Like, a woman's going to keep a man from doing harm, and then you're going to win without making any effort. But I also see being submissive to a dominant, and we do have domination here. You might be submissive, you might like acquiesce, but you're still going to put up a fight as far as not letting something get to you. You're going to stop thinking about it. You're going to have to probably let it go. Because why would you want to hold on to something like that? And I see you're really considering it. Because we have the Hangman here. But you're grieving quietly. About a third party. Or a job loss. I do see an affair in here. I also see you studying, possibly. Could be faith or religion. This is a school card, so this could be you going back to school. Maybe you finally accept it and go back to school. Also, with the King of Swords in reverse, I really think this is for a woman. Like, there is a woman who's trying to make it in a man's world. And she's getting all this criticism, possibly just for being her own gender. And, I mean, that sucks. And so you feel like they're trying to make you submissive and that's not your role. And if there's a male in this reading and he's initiating something, there may be a boss who wants to have an affair with you. I also see, like, King of Swords reversed, like, you're playing detective and trying to figure out what's happened, like really overanalyzing something. I think you're trying to come up with solutions for what to do, and you can't. Like, you feel like there's no other way. And this talks about, one, there is a mistress, but also the secret that comes out is going to be to your advantage if there's not a third party. This says you are capable of learning, even if you have a learning disability, which I did see in here. It's possible somebody has a learning disability. This says you are capable of learning. But you may need to seek some counsel and trust your intuition. This also says you're very wise. But with the Magician and here, I see that you're going to produce stuff without much effort after a while, once you probably get over this. And it's going to be through an act of intellect. Somebody probably thought you weren't very intelligent, and you are. But you're going to have to combine your intelligence. Yeah, because you could be overskilled. Yeah, okay. So, combine your intelligence with your intuition, your imagination, your heart. But I also see the need to be passive, be patient, and also be very true, like be on the up and up. Because to be passive in the midst of turmoil is actually power, okay? Because you actually look better. So if somebody is just totally throwing your world upside down, to have power, you need to be passive. Because if you're not taming your baser instincts and you go off and you show your hind end, you're going to come out looking worse. So this is saying, don't do that. And the only time the Empress comes out is when there's blood in the streets. So like somebody's being physically hurt, somebody's being murdered. That's when she comes out. When it's something that's not a physical harm, she's still passive. Because it's as if she knows, all right, okay, I got you. I'm all right. You're gonna get yours, kind of thing. I don't have to do anything because life is gonna take care of you. And also, you prevent getting bad juju or whatever you want to call it. You prevent from that bad stuff coming onto you because you don't want to get on somebody else's level like that. Because remember, you're going to have a higher ground intellectually than this person will. And so you're in the right. Just make sure you stay in the right. Don't sink.